You kids, okay, look, as CDC estimates that 1 in 15 sexually active females between 14 through 19 years old has chlamydia. Parents, get your kids. Meiko, do I have to reiterate that? Let me say that one more time. Parents, get your kids. People, talk to your young people. I'll be damned if my son or my daughter is 14 and 19 running around coming to me talk about they got chlamydia. I'll be like, I done told you. You better wrap it up. If son, wrap it up. Daughter, tell them to wrap it up. If none of that happens, guess what? You close legs, pull up, pants, stick your thing in your drawers and keep it going. Run. Run. It's a silent infection. Most people don't know they even have the symptoms.
Yes. And we're also talking about virgins out there. To the people who aren't about that life yet, pay attention to what we're saying to you, because these are problems. Sex, as Saki said, is wonderful. It's amazing, but there will be consequences if you do not wrap it up, if you don't play it safe. In 2010, especially among Black people in the United States, there have been 1,167.5 cases per 100,000 people, and the rate of chlamydia among Black women was over 7 times the rate among white women. I cannot stress that enough. Black women, we are hurting ourselves if we don't pay attention and get ourselves tested and make sure that what our partners are telling us is true. We do not need to be in that statistic. We need to smarten up, we need to wisen up, and we need to take care of ourselves.
Exactly. And then, don't worry about, I know some of y'all be like, oh, well, it's that person's fault or that person's fault. You know what? You take care of your own safety. If you don't want to get sick or infected, then you take care of you. It don't matter. I mean, if somebody says, well, I don't like condoms, and I don't like condoms either, so let's just have sex anyway, that's your death sentence. That is your death sentence. That's the stupid mistake you choose. And I'm not saying this. A lot of people, y'all are probably sitting there going, well, they don't know. Actually, I do know. I know what it's like to get infected by both gonorrhea and chlamydia. That shit sucks. It sucks. It super sucks. And not only that, it's worse when it comes from somebody you love. So check this out, y'all. I'm gonna touch base on that a little bit later, but we need to take us a break. I need me some tea so I can calm down. And Meiko's probably like, Lord, let me get the sugar cubes, let me get the honey, the lime juice, all of it. Because this, y'all, is serious. We wouldn't be talking about this if we didn't think that y'all needed to know. We want y'all to know. We want to keep it real. That's what After Dark is about. So we will take a lovely break, meditate, mediate, and I was going to say another M, but that ain't the right time. So we'll be right back after these messages. What?
Screened Visions Radio and Notacast Network affiliate. Games, movies, life. Hey kid, what inspires you?
언젠가 나를 만나 잠 못 드는 새벽밤에 날 맛보시켜 주길 바랬던.
Enjoy that small break. We're just bringing it back in, and we just wanted to touch on a few more things about chlamydia before we get really into gonorrhea. And I just wanted to let you guys know that what's really scaring me about chlamydia right now is that it is known as a silent infection, as in most infected people do not show symptoms. So when we stress getting tested, we really hope you guys we hope this is really coming through to you. It's because there are no symptoms in women. If it festers long enough, it can actually cause pelvic inflammatory disease, which is where women have vaginal discharge or a burning sensation when urinating. And the pelvic inflammatory disease can actually lead to infertility. So women who have chlamydia are at risk of losing their ability to bear children. So we really want you to just make sure you get out there and practice safe sex and get tested whenever you have the chance. As for men, we just want you to know that some symptoms that you have, if you do have symptoms, is that you have discharge from the penis or burning sensation when urinating. Yes. So women, we're used to discharge, so that's like not something. So like, wait, what is going on with that? But for men, I don't think it happens as often. So yeah, if you see something like that, man, you definitely need to get that checked out. Pain and swelling.
Yes, you do.
And pain and swelling in one or both of the testicles. This is known as, I'm not sure how to pronounce this, epididymis. I think that's
wait, you talk about the swelling thing?
Yeah, the swelling of both testicles. That can occur thanks to chlamydia, and it can also cause rectal pain, discharge, or bleeding. So it doesn't sound. It sounds really painful, and I really hope that whoever, if you think you have chlamydia, just like if any of this sounds familiar, get that checked out now, because untreated chlamydia can actually increase a person's chances of acquiring HIV, which is even more serious and a definite epidemic in the African American community as well. We won't talk about it as much in this segment, but HIV, probably because HIV is pretty known to everyone and there's a lot of information for it. But yeah, chlamydia can lead to you getting HIV. So that's pretty much it for chlamydia, and I'm probably gonna hand it over to Saki to finish up with gonorrhea.
Well, she pretty much touched on everything with gonorrhea and chlamydia as far as that is concerned. And the proper, for all you medical terminology people out there, is epididymitis. Epididymitis, because it's itis at the end of that. So epididymitis. So y'all won't be like, what is that? Yeah. So, but it's not fun. It's not fun. It does, like she said, it can keep y'all from being daddies. And that, y'all, I know some of y'all want to go forth and spread your seed and, have fun with that. But, don't risk yourself becoming, non-father bearing child or whatever. Anyway, moving right along. We got vaginitis and trichomoniasis to talk about, y'all. Vaginitis is basically an inflammation of the vagina that can result in discharge, itching, and pain. Of course, with the terminology vaginitis, it is more common in women than it is in men. Now, the common types of vaginitis are bacterial vaginosis, which results from overgrowth of one of several organisms normally present in your vagina, which is normal. Yeast infections can also cause vaginitis. Naturally occurring fungus called Candida albicans. Trichomoniasis, which is a parasite, and it's commonly, transmitted by sexual intercourse that can cause vaginitis, and atrophic vaginitis, which results from reduced estrogen levels after menopause. So for the older women, they can get vaginitis, but it is also reduced down to your estrogen, your hormone levels. What happens with vaginitis is it can change the normal balance of the bacteria in the vagina. It basically, you itch. You can have pain or discomfort when urinating, which is called dysuria. You can have painful sex, and it also causes inflammation. So if you feel like you swollen in your area around your vajayjay and your opening and all that stuff, that probably may be a case of vaginitis. Something else that can cause vaginitis, allergic reactions can cause vaginitis. If you're allergic to condoms, spermicides, certain soaps and perfumes, douches, topical medications, lubricants, and even semen, allergic reaction can cause this sexually transmitted disease. How can you stop it or prevent it from happening? Easy. Practicing good hygiene, wiping yourself from the front to the back. Don't wipe from the booty to the front, because then you passing your booty germs to the front. We don't want you to do that. Take that wipe or napkin and wipe from the front to the back. Wear loose clothing, not all that super tight stuff. Thongs ain't always cute, people, so make sure you give the lady areas to breathe, okay?
I recommend not wearing panties at all. Just saying.
Hey, whoa, Commando. Y'all, that came out of left field. She said no panties. Please cover the lady love, because we do have odors down there, but make sure they're loose and comfortable. Cotton, people. Cotton. It's breathable material. I'm just saying. Have safe sex and don't douche. Keep the douching. If you do douche to a minimum. Just a minimum. Just a minimum. Just a minimum. Just a minimum. I'm still tripping off that Commando deal. Really, Saki? Really? I said self. Myself say,
Mm-hmm.
Meiko did that. Commando. But anyway, Lord, we gotta go to the next one, y'all. Basically, vaginitis is predominantly for the females. It can come from, just be careful, ladies. Please take care of yourselves, because we are the ones who can get it worse than most males. Worse than anybody, really. We get it bad. So take care of yourself down there. Be nice to your lady loves. Yes, Meiko, you want to take on this trick right here? It's a trick.
Yes. I don't believe that we mentioned it, but trichomoniasis is actually one of 4 types of vaginitis.
Mm-hmm.
The other 3 being bacterial vaginosis, which results from overgrowth of one of several organisms normally present in your vagina. Regular yeast infections, so women are pretty familiar with that. And vaginal atrophy, which results from reduced estrogen levels after menopause.
Right. We touched on that. Yep, we touched on that.
Now, as for trichomoniasis, it is a form of vaginitis that is usually transmitted through sexual intercourse. It is the most common curable STD, but it's interesting seeing as 3.7 million people have the infection, but only about 30% develop symptoms. So yeah, it's one of those cases where you can have something and you don't even know about it. So regular checkups with your doctor and just being aware of what's going on with your body is really needed for this one. It's more common in women than men, obviously, but older women are more likely to contract than younger women. It's mostly infected in the lower genital tract, such as the vulva, the vagina, or the urethra. And and for infections in men, it's usually inside of the penis, around the urethra area. So, it's really in the very genital area. The symptoms vary based on 70% of people who don't have signs or symptoms, and it can range from mild irritation to severe inflammation.
Right. That inflamed, man. How do you? Y'all.
At all.
There's nothing comfortable, happy, or lovely about these diseases, y'all. How would you feel if you realize that your body was not normal, and then come to find out somebody did something to you, all because you trusted them? That's a problem. That's a big problem. Yes, these diseases that we listed, yes, they are curable. Trich is the most common curable, but it's curable. But you don't want it. You don't want to go through that. Come on now, 3.7 million people. Didn't you say that, Meiko?
Yes.
3.7 million people. 3.7 million people have the infection for trich alone, but only about 30% develop symptoms. That means you could be walking around here burning and don't even know. What's that song say? You won't even know. You won't even know. You got tricked.
Tricked.